Wanna make sure somewhere in the chicken scratch I scribble and doodle.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Willie JimSauceon and I'm back with another random RuneScape memory video. So, just a quick thing I wanted to say, and I don't know why I did this, but in the last video and in this video, by the time I got to the point in my videos where I record the commentary, I realized that I didn't do my webcam, and that's something I like doing, but before I start going crazy and just do it in every video, is that something you guys want to see? Like, you know, when I throw up the webcam in the corner of the screen, if you guys are into that, you guys like that, because I did get some, those Philips Hue lights, so, like, it makes everything look pretty sick. So if you want that, go ahead and let me know, and I will start adding those into like the Saucy times, the random RuneScape memories, the whatever. Unless you don't want to see my ugly face, then I completely understand the disagreement and I will not argue that. But random RuneScape memory. Now this also has to deal with like in real life stuff as well, but that's essentially that's what these memories are. It's just memories into like a time of Scape, or possibly what was happening with Scape at the time. So now this was brought to my attention, this topic was brought to my attention because of what was released recently, which if you guys don't know, Drake released his album called Views, and it reminded me back to a time where essentially what was I doing on Scape at the time of like these certain album releases. Now with Views, I can't really say too much about Scape, because when Views was released Friday I was leaving to go to the airport to California, so I listened to Views like over and over again on the plane, and when I was there, and then on my way back I listened to Views. So I can't really say too much about Scape so far, just because it's like in the now. I don't really have too many memories of it other than me on the plane. But what I can remember, actually, two artists, Drake again and Eminem. But back when Drake released Nothing Was the Same, I remember, this is definitely, you guys know this is definitely old, because it was when I was still playing old school somewhat consistently. I was watching and doing like staking, and my account at the time, I remember I would just have that album playing, and my account at the time on old school, it's still now because I don't play it as much, it had nowhere near the correct stats to be staking, but I was still staking. I don't know. I remember there was even a video I uploaded, I think it was like loot from 10 hours of JimSauce, and it was me just losing every single stake. Like every single stake I went into, I lost, but it was just that moment as I was listening to the album. That's all I was listening to. And then we move on to Eminem when he released the Marshall Mathers LP 2. I remember at the time I was working on one of my series. I was working on, I believe it was when I was working on my third age from scratch. I had that just over and over and over again. I was like so hyped. Eminem, I don't know if you guys know this, but Eminem is my favorite artist of all time. That is just how it's gonna be. Eminem is just my favorite artist. As far as currently though, Drake is definitely up there. If you guys want like a quick like list, I'd say Drake number 1. I can't really say numbers, but like J. Cole was on there, Kevin Gates, Kendrick, I'm G-Eazy, whoever it might be. There's a couple people. So but the Marshall Mathers LP 2, I was going in on my third age from scratch. That was fun, and I just remember like between me recording and doing stream, even on streams, like that's all I was listening to, just like chilling there, album on repeat, song after song, like freaking out about Rap God when he released that, and I just remember escaping to that. And then the third one that I can like specifically remember is I was on my way back home from my friend's house, and I was on Twitter and I saw that Drake released If You're Reading This It's Too Late, and I'm like, what? So like I got home right away and I turned on the album, and that's literally all I was listening to for so long. And that was at the time where I wasn't maxed on my main account yet, so I was just going in on that. I remember my daily routine, I would wake up, I would play Scape, I would do stuff, I would leave, I would go to the gym, or I would order Chinese food, I would eat that, I would go to the gym. On my way back home, I would stop at a gas station, walk back home, get home, stream. Then once that was done, I would turn all my lights off, Scape hardcore for like another 4 or 5 hours, just blasting that album over and over again, going for max cape. So like I don't know, that's just a memory, like what album was released and the time of what I was doing on Scape, and just like what also plays into it is like the vibe that the album gives off too. So like I don't know, maybe you guys have something like that, maybe not rap, maybe it was rock, or if you're into country, blues, I don't know what you're into, but maybe give me something. If you guys have any similar stories or memories, go ahead and let me know. Like I said, you know, if you guys have any ideas for anything ever, go ahead and leave it down. I'm a very open person with that. So I love you all. I will talk to you guys in the next video, and peace.